And I was like, this is so brilliant. Instead of me doing a training or another top leader doing a training and explaining, what we did 3.5 years ago when we first started, why not get other people on who are new or newer, in the last 6 months to a year or so and do it for us? Because that's how, it's now, it's right now, it's what's happening, what has been working for the last few months. And I have 3 incredible ladies coming on tonight who are just amazing, who have been killing it, and I'm just so excited for this. Okay, so Britt, do you want to go first?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, Britt, tell us a little about yourself. Tell us a little about your story, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, so my name is Brittany. I'm 18 years old. I'm currently a second semester college student. I live in a tiny house in my backyard. It's actually not as bad as it sounds. I started on December 14th of 2018, so 4.5 months ago. And I started for financial freedom. My parents were not able to go to college, neither one of them, because it was not affordable. They were not able to have, what I have now. And yes, they have provided me with so much and then some. So I joined this to not only give back to myself, but to give back to them. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, sorry, I just want to mute. I heard you. Hopefully everyone else did. If you guys aren't muted, can you please mute yourself? Okay. Oh, wait, I think I muted you. Sorry. Okay, perfect. So I love that so much. So inspiring, just like Britt said in the chat. That's so amazing. So tell us a little about how you started. And yeah, how did you start? Like, give us a little insight.
Okay, so you guys are going to think I'm insane, but a lot of you know who Cheyenne Knox is. I've been following her on Instagram for 2 years now, like legit 2 years, and I've been watching her, and I was like, I want to try this, and there was always a but, and so Savannah Welch, she's my leader, one of them. She is actually, I've known her all the way through high school. My dad used to work for her dad's company. And so I saw that she joined and I was like, holy crap, there's somebody that I know that's doing this. So why can't I do it? And so she actually reached out to me to buy products, and I just was not financially there enough to buy products. So what do we all say to people who can't buy? We turn them into a PDT. And she said, why don't you join me and make money? And so I was very nervous. I was hesitant. In fact, I was just telling one of my DTs not to get discouraged about people not answering, because Savannah messaged me 27 times before I finally responded. And I finally said yes. After she posted something on her story about how much she was making and how awesome this is, I finally answered her after 27 messages.
Wow.
So I was just like the rest of us. Like, I was ignoring her. I wasn't answering. I was avoiding her. I was purposely not looking at her story so she would think that I wasn't interested when I really was. I mean, it's embarrassing, y'all. I was like,
it's not
low-key, like totally embarrassed, like totally avoiding her. And then finally she posted one thing on her story and I just like was like, yes, like, why not?
Do you remember what that one thing was?
She posted a screenshot of a picture of her fast start.
Oh, so simple. You guys hear that? That's so simple. I mean, fast starts are amazing as it is, but when you share that with people, it's like real. Sorry, there's yelling with dogs in the background. Wow, I'm like pumped up already. It's literally been a few minutes into this. Like, this is crazy. So it's so funny because I mean, how many newbies here start off and they get so discouraged because people are saying no, or you're talking to a PDT or even a PLC and you're following up with them and they're not answering, and unfortunately some people give up. But obviously, in Brittany's case, and you're not the only one, because I have a lot of people who are runners on my team. Rachel Roberge, I don't know if you guys know her, but whenever she tells a story, so you think that's embarrassing? Rachel tells her story, but tells it as I'm the one who blew her up. So she's like, throw me under the bus, but not really. Like, obviously I don't care. It's funny, but it's the persistence of it. And I'm sure in the back of your mind, you must have been like, wow, okay, this girl, like, she must really have an opportunity that like she trusts and is amazing, So guys, I tell people all the time, like, if you, like, a lot of people are afraid to be persistent and to like keep following up. But if you're not doing that, people are not gonna like, if someone's not telling me about the business opportunity consistently, or about a product that they love consistently, I'm not going to think they're going to like it that much because they're not talking about it that much. You know what I'm saying? So that's so funny. Don't be embarrassed. We all go through it. It's fine. Okay, so here, don't move. I'm going to unmute the other people. Did I unmute the right Alex? If you start, no, is it out? No, hold on. I didn't. Hold on. Wait. Okay, did I unmute the right Alex? Can you start talking?
I got it, yeah.
Okay, cool. Hi.
Hi.
Can you tell us a little bit about your story?
Yeah, so I joined literally because of the $20 codes. Like that's literally the reason why I joined. I had a girl that was messaging me to buy product for probably the last like year and a half, and I just didn't have it. Like I just had my daughter, I was on maternity leave, like I just didn't have it. And I would like always ask her like again and again, like, oh, how much is it? Oh, how much is it? Like, oh, what's the 90-day challenge? Like, oh, how much is it? And then I'd always just kind of like blow her off. And then I think twice she asked me to be a distributor, and I just didn't have the $99 to join. I just didn't have it. And then she eventually like stopped following up with me, honestly. And I had gone back to work, and then one day Brittany, my enroller Brittany, messaged me on Instagram, and I was like, oh my God, like I am so over these people messaging me, like I can't handle it. And I remember saying to like my best friend, I'm like, this girl literally just asked me if I wanted to like join her or try product, and I was like, no thank you. And then she asked me again, like, no worries, didn't think you were interested, can I send you more information? And I was like, why is she messaging me? So then I was like, whatever, let me just shut her up. So I'm like, yes. And then like maybe I love you too, then maybe like I don't know, literally like the next day I saw her story and it said $20 codes. I'm like, all right, what is this $20 thing about? Because I had known about it. I had seen, and I'd watched this girl that was like trying to get me to be a distributor for the last year and a half. And then I went to go find her, and I couldn't find her on Facebook because I was like, oh, I don't want to sign up with somebody that like hasn't been, like, I wanted to give her that credit and I couldn't find her. And then I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna do it. So I did it, and I joined with Brittany, and I literally wish that I did it a year and a half ago.
Okay. So your stories are kind of similar, but they're also pretty different. And it's so true. I tell people all the time, like, one of my biggest regrets is that I waited to join. So I get it. But, I truly believe that when it's your time, it's your time, and it just may have not been your time at first. And that's, again, what a lot of people need to realize. Like, it's just not someone's time sometime, but that's why we continue to post life posts every day. We continue to post stories every day. And then that one post, like Britt said, that one story of her fast start just got to her. It just changed everything for her. So I love that so much. Okay. Stay put, Shannon. I think I unmuted you.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
All right. Tell us a little bit about your story.
Okay. So all of ours are kind of basically the same in some instance, but so Juliet had followed me on Instagram. I don't even like remember how long. And she didn't even like message me right away. I remember seeing her posts, and about how she was making all this money and all these products. And I was like, what is she doing? And I just always saw it, but, you know, I didn't reach out to her or anything. And the one time she reached out to me to become an LC, and I remember I was like, oh, yeah, for sure. Because, like, I was already seeing what she was doing. And then when she sent the, oh, can we text script, I was kind of like, okay. And I remember I didn't respond for a while. So she messaged me in October. She sent me question marks in November. I still hadn't answered. Then I reached out to her in January. And I was like, hey, girl, I'm sorry. Like, I was super skeptical, but, like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. And we started texting, and that night, literally January 13th, I joined. Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Love that. So do you remember, like, what made you reach out to her after that?
I saw, just again with her post, I remember she posted on her story, paychecks. It must have been a fast start. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is real. Like, she's actually making money. This isn't like some fake thing. This is literally a paycheck right in front of me. Like,
yeah.
This is.
That's awesome. So clearly, from all of you listening, you know that posting is crucial. Like, we don't message people to sign them up. We met, like, immediately. We message people to merely plant a seed. That's it. And then coming together with our posting, our following up, you know, and interacting, that is what creates this momentum, right? So if you're new, you're going to get most people saying no, and you may not get immediate results, but that's just how it is, because you haven't started to post consistently. You haven't started to interact. No one knows what the heck is going on, right? So stay positive, because all these ladies just proved that the proof is in the pudding. Is that the saying? Is that what it is? Okay, yeah. Okay, awesome. I love that so much. Okay, so stay put, Shannon. Britt, going back to you. So when you first started, give us 2 or 3, even 4 things, even if you have 5 things, how many ever things that you did that really, like, jump-started your business, what really took you off of your feet?
Okay, so obviously I sent messages and I posted and I threw a live post up every once in a while. I mean, when it was convenient, you know. But I would have to say that the number one thing that helped me 110% is, I'm going to be honest, I stalk Stacy and Savannah every single day. I literally will go on their pages and I will just sit there and I will stalk them. I will look and see how Stacy words things in live posts. I will go in the Team Harner chat and look and see exactly what she says to these people when they're asking questions. And I don't care. Like, I blow them up with screenshots. If one of them's not responding, I send it to the other one. If they're not responding, I'm like, hello, I got somebody interested and I need an answer. Like, if I don't have the answer, I'm blowing them up. And it sounds crazy, but I just take advantage 100% that they're always going to be there. Like, I always have to remind myself that Savannah would not have been on my butt this whole time to get me to join if she wasn't confident in me. So, and, you know, at first I was like, sending these people all these screenshots, like, that's going to be annoying. Sending 100 messages a day, like, what? But, and then in the first 2 weeks, I was like, I'm not going to do that. Like, let's just be honest, I'm not going to. But let me tell you, when I've started doing it, like, every morning before I even get out of bed, I follow 30 new people. Every morning before I even get out of bed, I message 10 people from the night before. Or anybody that followed me back from the night before. I mean, obviously I don't let them follow me back and then message them immediately, but, like, I have a routine. Before I go to bed, I follow new people. When I wake up in the morning, I message them. And I've realized that when I become consistent with the amount of people that I follow and the amount of people that I message a day, it just starts unfolding right there in my hands. So I must say that, like, if I had to give one piece of advice, it would be, like, be your leader's best friend, because that's what they're there for. Message them 100 times. And that's what I tell all of my DTs on my team too. Like, that's what I'm here for. Blow my phone up, because I'm here to help you. So, and if I don't know the answer, I'm going to reach out to somebody else that does know the answer. So that's my number one piece of advice. Another one is to never give up. My first paycheck was $21. And I did not let that $21 discourage me, because that was $21 that I didn't have the week before. My last paycheck, so my third paycheck, this one coming up will be my fourth one. My third paycheck was $470. And I just think that is so, like, I don't even know, like, I'm about to cry right now because that's like so crazy. And Stacy always tells me mass action equals mass enrollments. And I wake up every single day saying that, because sometimes, yes, I get discouraged. I'm human. Like, there's some days that people don't message me back. There's some days that people ignore me. There's some days that people don't vote on my polls on my story, or like, there's some days where it's just dead silence. But then I just always remember mass action, mass enrollments. And then it just starts unfolding underneath me. And also people who, my leaders have also told me, following up, like, just like me, she followed up with me 27 times, guys, like 27 times before I even responded with one word. And the only word I said was yes. Like, she was probably so fed up with me, but it's okay. And so, like, following up is, like, honestly the best thing. And I don't want to call anybody out, but there's one of my DTs on here right now that I messaged 19 times before she said yes. So it's possible. Like, it really is. Following up is the most important thing. So if I had to say two things that really, like, I would just advise any newbie, is follow really close to your leader and follow the steps that they're telling you to follow. I mean, and once someone's interested, they're always interested. I mean, there's always something that they can do. If it's not buying a product, if it's not signing up as a distributor, make them put a half up, because there's been so many people who have purchased because of a host-to-post. So just those things right there is what's made me golden.
Wow. I'm like fired up right now.
I'm ready to go message 100 more people.
Oh my God. This is so crazy. When did you join again?
December 14th of 2018.
Okay.
So 4.5 months ago.
4.5 months ago, in your mind, like, you, like, I wasn't even a quarter of where you were 4.5 months in this business. Like, that is amazing. That is so inspiring. I'm so excited for you. I love that so much. Wow. Those tips were so amazing. Awesome. Okay. I lost the other girls again. They ran away. They're not where they're supposed to be. Okay, I see Alex. I'm gonna unmute Alex. Okay.
Hi.
Okay. Can you share 2 or 3 tips that you did, that really got, like, jumping off your feet, like I said with Britt?
Yeah. So when I started, I was like, I don't know. I think maybe it was like my first 3 customers, but I laugh about this all the time. And, like, I tell Gwen and Brittany all the time, like, my first goal was to have 150 BV in that month. Like, that was my goal. And then I went Ruby in 20 days. So I joined on the 5th of that month, and I was Ruby literally on the 25th of that month. So I literally every single day I did the same thing. I woke up, I followed people. I still work a 9-to-5 job. I work for my parents, so it's not as strict, but now it's getting a little stricter. And so I would, like, set reminders on my phone, and I would literally, like, the night before, map out what I was gonna do for my post the next day, and, like, have my pictures ready, and then I would type them up, or I'd copy them, whatever I do, I would post them in my reminders, and then I'd set my reminders for, like, 8 a.m., 12, 4, and then 8 p.m. So I would always have them, like, popping up, so I wouldn't have to sit there and, like, type it out. I could just copy and paste it. I think that was huge for me. It really, really, really helped me, especially, like, being organized. And a huge thing for me, and I found with my distributors too, is sending screenshots. Yeah. Like, I still to this day screenshots to Gwen and Brittany when I don't know. And even if, like, I do know and I'm a little, like, unsure, I still send them screenshots. I have never ever, I don't think I've ever once sent something that's not a script. So, like, screenshots and scripts, like, they do work. And I know it's so discouraging when somebody's like, why are you sending scripts? Like, you sound like a robot. But in all honesty, like, that one person might not like it, but that doesn't amount for the 10 customers that I enrolled with it. Like, it's it's so discouraging and it's so easy to get discouraged with it. But I swear, like, screenshots and scripts are the reason why I did what I did.
Yeah, and I totally understand the script thing. So I go back and forth with using scripts all the time, but what's important is who are these people reading these scripts? Usually when you first start, your friends and family, they don't know you as you doing this business. It's really different to them. And of course it's going to be weird. I'm not going to talk to my best friend or my mom and be like, yeah, so hair, skin, and nails is great. It does this, this, and this. Or be like, what? You know what I'm saying? So my best advice is, when you guys are sending descriptions of the products, take what it says from the website, but put it in your own words, right? And if you're like super weird about it, send them a voice message so it sounds like you if you want, but I feel like a lot of people overthink that a lot, because throw some emojis in, like make it, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I tell people all the time, like, once you start reaching out to people that don't know you, you'll never hear that again. Like,
yeah, and voice messaging is huge. Like, I have had, every single time I've sent a voice message to people that I know or even that I don't know, I actually got a distributor by Brittany was like, okay, send her a voice message and say this. And I did that. And she was like, oh my God, you sound so genuine. Like, yeah, absolutely. Here's my number. Like, and other girls are like, yeah, you sound so confident. Like, yes, I want the triple threat. Like, voice messaging is so good. So good.
it is. And, I know a lot of people on here are probably thinking like they're really nervous to do it, or maybe they're going to mess up, or maybe like the house is crazy all the time and I just like, I want to be quiet. No, you want it to not be planned out. Like, I'm sending voice messages with Aaron screaming in the background, which always is 24/7, and my dog's going nuts. Or like one time I hiccuped and I was like, oh, I gotta start over. And I was like, nah, I just sent it. I'm like, I'm gonna play it out. And like, that's you. That's like being the true you and being real. So I love that. That's so important. Did you have something else? I don't know if I cut you off.
No, well, so something that I've been doing recently, which I really wasn't doing it before I went Ruby, but was manifesting. And at first I was totally that person that was like, no, that's not a real thing. Like, I don't think so. And Brittany's like, no, listen to this message, like every single day, this YouTube video. And, I literally, the first time I listened to it, I was chartered for Diamond 3 hours later. I was like, yes, like this is a real thing. And it has been my holy grail ever since then. I listen to it twice a day, every single day. I just bought like 2 manifest books. Like, it is a real thing. And it is so important. Like, even with everything, not just with this business, but with everything in life, like it has completely changed my whole mindset.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And I feel like a lot of people get thrown off by manifesting. Like, okay. Whatever you personally think, believe, you're higher up, the energy, whatever it is, whatever comes into play with you, that's just what it is, right? So, for example, manifesting, what you give out, you receive, guys. And that's 100%. Like, if you have a friend who gives out negative energy and says negative things all the time, what do they receive? They're not going to receive much. Like, they probably don't have many friends. It's hard for them to be successful. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like you got to think of it like 101 a little bit. So honestly, my best advice, if you're someone who's not really into self-development or manifesting, start with the 10Xers thread, self-development. And my best advice is starting with Jen Sincero, You Are a Badass. One of the best books ever to start off with, and take it from there, right? So it's baby steps, but that is so important. I love that so much. Thank you for mentioning that. Okay, hold on. Now I'm losing everyone. Okay, Shannon.
Hello.
Hi, you guys like going around in my squares, and I'm like, yeah. Okay, so best 2 to 3 tips.
Okay, so totally not trying to sound so repetitive, but I think, as we said, like what we're showing is what's working. So follow-ups are huge for me. And in the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to be annoying. Like I've texted this girl like 4 times with no response. But like now I just look at it and it's like, why? Like, why was I worried about that? Like, I literally believe in these products and I want to be able to help them. They tell me this is what they want for themselves. Okay, now, well, I'm here to help them. So just texting them, and even if it's like, this is totally like credit to Juliet, but what she had me do sometimes is even just sending an audio and like not saying anything about products. Just like, oh, hey girl, like I'm driving to school right now, like was thinking about you or whatever. Just checking in, like, how's your day? Something like that. Just short, sweet, just something like not saying anything about products, like just showing like that you're not just, okay, I work for It Works, I only care about It Works, that's it. Like, no, like I'm a genuine person and like I care about other people around me, and I'm doing this and I've joined this business because I do care about other people around me. And just, who cares like how many times you text people? They say like, I don't know exactly the number, but they say like people order after like the 14th follow-up or like whatever it is. Like, who cares? If they weren't interested, they'd block you, they'd delete your number, whatever. Like, if they were once interested, they're always interested. Also, just getting on Zooms. So even if it's just a work Zoom where absolutely nobody's talking and we're all just like working, doing our biz, that helps me just because, like, if you're just, I just feel like when I'm just in my like zen and I see everyone else just like doing it and working it, it pushes me to be like, oh, okay, like let's see who can get the first customer out of this or whatever. So seeing other people around you working, trying to push as hard as them, and then having your upline hype you up. So like I think we all have days where we're kind of like, oh my gosh, I haven't made a sale yet today, or I haven't talked to anyone in like 2 days that was interested or whatever it is. I literally will text Juliet, Brittany, Sarah, whoever, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm in a funk right now, like I don't know what to do. And just having them say like, it's okay, like here, hyping me up, sending me all these self-development, and just taking the time to be like, it's okay to like have a day where you don't make a sale. Like that's fine, just because you're gonna go the next day and you're gonna make 5 or whatever it is. And blowing all my leaders up with screenshots. I think I've literally sent Juliet billions of screenshots at a time, even when she's busy or doing whatever. And just knowing that she's always there to help me, even if, you know, she's busy at the moment, she always takes her time to be there for me. And even like instilling in me that like, I do know more than I think I do. Like sometimes she'll respond and she'll be like, girl, like, you know more than you think, like you knew how to answer that or whatever. And just hearing that all the time, like, you got this, like, you know what you're doing, like just having them instill that you do know more than you think you do, and like you got this 100%, and they believe in you. And just like making those friendships with your leaders is like so important, I think, just like, because Juliet's not just my upline, you know what I mean? She's not just my leader, like she's became a friend to me. Like I literally can go to her about anything. Same with Britt and Sarah, like I can literally just be like, hey girl, like I'm having a bad day, like whatever, and they're always there no matter what. So
I love this. Wow. I knew this was going to be a good Zoom. Like, this is really good. Like, you guys are truly, like, guys, they have been in the business for like a few solid months. Like, that's not a long time at all, you know, and it's crazy because, you know, most of you keep saying like, this is going to be repetitive. I'm probably going to say the same thing, but that's because what we do is so simple. Like, it's definitely mentally tough sometimes getting to understand and take the no's and the no answers, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we post, we message, we follow up, we interact, and we do that every day. And we're network marketers. We build friendships, right? So what she was just saying about this voice message of saying like, hey, just checking in, seeing how you're doing, hope you have a great day kind of thing, you know, that is what we do. Like, we build friendships, but we're also network marketers. So no, I'm not saying go and build a friendship with every single person that you talk to. But sometimes you feel that vibe where maybe they think they're being taken advantage of, or like they're a little skeptical. So you just need to reassure them that I'm not here to just make a sale, and I'm not. We do this because we want to change people's lives, and it's so much beyond that, right? So little things like that, and that's why we do Zooms like this, right? You find the more you're involved, you find these little nitty gritty things that could change everything for you, like how you may just have to follow up 27 times to find a rock star or your best friend, and you run with them, right? So I love that so much. Wow. Okay. Brett, going back to you. Okay. So if you were to give one piece of advice that maybe you regret not doing, or to newbies who just joined maybe within 1 month right now, like what is something that you would say to them that you wish that you did when you first joined?
My number one regret was watching Cheyenne for so long and putting it off, like being scared. Now, granted, I just turned 18 last year, so I wouldn't have been able to join anyway. So now that I think about it, that's kind of silly to say. But like, I've been following her for 2 years, and I'm fixing to be turning 19, so I could have started a year ago. And I just was watching her and just like, and I just think about it, like watching from the sidelines makes you $0. I mean, that's just the way I look at it. And so, and I don't know anyone in this business who starts and makes absolutely nothing, especially if you stay really close with your leaders, because they're here to make you successful. So, like I said earlier, I think the number one piece of advice I could give somebody is to stay really, really close. Don't ever feel like you're blowing up my phone. Don't ever feel like you're like bothering me, because that's why I do a group chat. So I have 3 different ways to get hold of me. Just my phone, and then there's a chat with me and Stacy in the DT, and then there's a chat with all of our team. So there's 3 different ways to get a hold of somebody. Don't ever feel like you're, a burden on somebody, because that's what we're here for. I signed the people up because I was confident in them that they could do this, and I promised my time to them before they joined. So it's my job to help them be successful. So the number one thing that I would say for any newbie on here is to just follow really close with your leader. And take their advice. I mean, they've been doing this for a long time. Like most of the leaders in here have been doing this for years. So they know what they're doing. They know what works. And if you just listen to them and do what they ask you to, you're going to be successful.
Yeah. And, everyone has their own story, obviously, so someone like, for me, I'm definitely a people person. Like, I love people. I love talking to people. I love psychology. I like figuring out how people work. I love studying how people work, but I am not outgoing. Like, and there's a difference, so I get a lot of people who tell me, like, potentials who say, well, I'm not outgoing. Like, I don't really like talking to people. And I'm like, I don't really enjoy talking to people either, but I enjoy many other different things. Like, I enjoy helping people. Helping them. I enjoy seeing like success stories, and being a part of that in some way, shape, or form, right? So know that doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you came from, right? And when you're talking to potentials, just like Britt said, so just putting this another way, again, just because someone said no a year ago, they're still watching you. So if you decide to get discouraged and quit, which I hope none of you do, guess where they're going to end up going? To the other girl who decided not to give up and quit, right? Because it wasn't their time then, when you were thinking that, like, they just didn't want this, no one wants this, no one wants to do this, blah, blah, when it just wasn't their time, and you were too focused on your energy on those few people when there are thousands of millions of other people who are literally crying themselves to sleep at night praying for an opportunity like this. You get it? You get it? All right. I love that so much. Alex, coming to you. Hey.
Hi.
All right. One thing that, like, your best advice, if you can go back and just like be like, you just want to shake them and be like, do this right now.
So my like biggest regret, which kind of turns into like part of my best advice is after I went Ruby, I like told myself I was going to take a day off, and that day turned into a month, and I literally could have been Diamond last month. I missed Diamond by, I think, 800 BV, and I literally didn't work for the first half of the month. Like, and that really killed me. So never again am I ever taking like any time off. I don't care if when I go triple Diamond, I'm not taking a day off. And I think that was like my biggest regret, because like I missed it by 800 BV, and that's not a lot. It's really not. And had I not like slacked off, and it's so funny because the day that I went Ruby was the family call that they were like, the momentum's great, like no days off, like no timeouts. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm gonna give myself one day. And that one day turned into like 2 weeks, and then I started getting discouraged because my momentum was off, and then people weren't answering. And then that was like, okay, well, why am I gonna do this if nobody's answering? And I got so discouraged. And then finally Gwen and Brittany were like, all right, let's go like Emerald this month. And I didn't miss Diamond, I'm sorry, I missed Emerald by 800 BV. And so I literally could have been Diamond last month had I worked, but I didn't. And that's like my number one regret. And so my number one like piece of advice is literally like no timeouts. Like, I went Ruby so quick because I did not take a single day, moment, hour off. I just signed on the 5th and I ran with it every single day, hardcore. Like, I was up late nights, I was up early mornings, like I was up till 2-3 o'clock in the morning and up for work at 8 o'clock every single day. And plus I have a daughter that I bring with me to work, and so I was exhausted, but I did it, and literally like no days off. That's like my number one regret.
I love that. So inspiring. Wow, this is crazy. Unfortunately, like that happens, but I agree. Give yourself some time that you need, but I feel as if like, I don't know, I get like bored after like 10 minutes sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like you're on your phone anyway. Just make it a priority. Stay inspired. Do what you have to do. Like you're a human being sometimes when you wake up and you just want to stare at the freaking ceiling or call on a ball. Like I get it, so just do it. But when you're done after your 10 minutes, put something inspiring on, reach out to your upline, go back. I hope you have either a dream board or you've written down your goals and your dreams, because you always got to go and refer to that. You need something to remind you every single day why you're doing this. And it takes 21 days to make something a habit. So once you do that, eventually it'll just become second nature. But you're right, there are no days off. You have to remember we're doing this to make that extra income and make that extra time to have that freedom. So right now we may be sacrificing some of those things that we want more of, but we're just sacrificing those things right now to have an unlimited amount of it in the near future.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Love that.
That's a great point. I love that so much. Okay. Shannon, you ready?
I'm ready. Okay, so this one gets me heated a little bit. Biggest thing, who cares what other people think?
Preach.
Literally that. Stop caring. Like, stop caring about it. Like, I think the biggest thing that I hear a lot from potentials or even distributors now, like, they get upset when their friends don't answer, their friends aren't into it. Who cares? Like, if you love what you're doing, then you go do that, and that's all that matters. Go and prove them wrong later. And like, sorry, I lost my train of thought because I was just heated for a second. It's okay to get left on red by people. That's fine. Go move on. If they don't want to buy they don't want to buy a product, they don't want to join, that's fine, because someone else is going to want to. So stop wasting your time on someone not answering, someone leaving you on red, get discouraged, and don't message someone all day. No, go find someone, because I bet you the next person that you message, they are going to be interested. But if you stop there, then you've missed your chance on that. They say every 50 messages, you're going to get one sale. Okay, go send out 300 that day, or whatever your number is, whatever your goal is. Just who care if it's your friends, if it's your family, if they stop being your friend, they unfollow you, that, oh, you're in a scam, whatever, go prove them wrong. Because you know what? You're making money on your phone. Well, what are they doing? Working a part-time job that they hate. Having no money to pay for school when you're going to pay off your student loans in a couple months. Prove them wrong. That's it. Stop caring what people think. You work your biz and you prove them wrong. That's it.
Wow. Shannon, you got me fired up.
I know, makes me heated.
That's so true. And guys, like, yes, this business is a numbers game, but like, again, who cares? Just keep doing what you need to be doing every single day. You'll see results. And then you'll notice that when you do more of it, you'll see more results. And that's just how it is. And don't be discouraged because we say that it's technically 8 to 12 times, 8 to 12 follow-ups to seal the deal. Don't let that discourage you. Like, I go through it. All the top leaders go through it. Embrace it. Just do it. So if you know that, do it and continuously do that. Don't quit, and you will make it to the top of the company. You know, the only way you will fail is if you quit, right? So you're here with all of us, these 3 amazing ladies. I can't get over how inspiring you guys were. Again, like, I knew this was going to be great, but I'm like, we need to do this every Tuesday night. This is awesome. Do you guys, oh, and again, that probably touched so many people tonight, what you just said, because we all know, like, no one wants to be talked about. No one wants to be talked down. Like, we don't like that. Like, that is not a good feeling, you know, but why are you doing this? That's where your why comes in. What is driving you? What is inspiring you? You know, so, oh, man, I love that so much. That is so good. Who cares? Do it for you, right? And if you can't do it for you some days, reach out to your upline and borrow her faith. That's like what we've been saying a lot for the last few weeks. Borrow your upline's faith if you need that too, right? Okay. Don't feel obligated, girls, but is there anything? Oh my God, Alex, your baby, I can't even handle it. Is there anything that you girls, any last things that you want to say, that you want to put out there? Don't feel obligated, but I just want to ask you before we end it.
I just think that I should add, like, some of the accomplishments. Like, I think it's, like, I know I see all the stuff that you post on Facebook about what this has done for you. I see what Stacey's posted. I see what everyone's posted. Guys, like, I started this business for $200 extra just to pay my car note. And now I'm helping with rent. I'm paying my car note. I've been able to, like, treat myself. I've taken out 0 student loans, none, not a single drop of student loans. And I just feel like that's so important because, like, sometimes I always get a lot of people asking me, well, what do you do this for? Like, or they ask, well, you know, just like you said, I don't talk to people or whatever. I mean, someone's always going to have, like, a suspicion or a skeptical reason that they don't want to do it. And I always fall back on what I have personally accomplished. Just like you got to be a product of a product. I'm not going to try to sell something that I haven't used before. And so being a product of a product is just like when someone asks me, why do I do this? I just throw them my personal experiences at them. I mean, like, I bought a car. I help pay rent. I pay for a full coverage insurance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just tell them what this does for me. And then they're like, holy crap. Like, yeah, you're right. And then that's how I've gotten a lot of people to join me.
You're being real. You're being like, you're being you. You know, sometimes I have girls send me screenshots. I'm like, just answer them. Like, that's not a question for me to answer because you got to be you. You know, sometimes we get caught up in scripts. And there's a time where I send the same thing over and over again. This is what HSN does. Or for the business opportunity, this is what we do. But when they ask you a question like about the business, how did you join? Why did you join? Be real with them. Be raw. You know, people connect and relate to emotion. That's why with life posts, you want to be real. You want to be raw. You want to be you. And I love that so much. That is so true. I love that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I don't know. Do you girls have anything else? You want to say?
I do. One more thing, yeah. Which I like tell all my distributors this because it's so important, and I know like we've already stress it enough. Like following up is so important. But I had a girl who we both know, like my boyfriend and I both know really, really well. And I had messaged her to buy product, I think. And she straight up said this to me. Absolutely not. My mom, her mom's into fitness. She was like, absolutely not. My mom will punch me in the face. Like, she's so against that stuff. Absolutely not. And I'm like, okay, no worries. That's fine. And not kidding, 2 weeks later, she was like, okay, give me the deal on these wraps. Like, I need to know. And now she is literally probably one of my best loyal customers and adds to her, like, one order of wraps every single month. And so, like, when people tell you no, even when people tell you, like, absolutely not, my mom will punch me in my face, like, I was like, okay, I'm never going to talk to her ever again. Like, I'm not even going to follow up with her. Like, it's okay. And, like, literally, anything bother you. Like, you just have to be like, mindset is, like, huge. It's huge.
Okay, I don't know if you were breaking up with everyone else. You broke up for me a little, but I put 2 and 2 together with what you finished with. Mindset is huge. Your story means a lot. Just because they say no, it's no for right now, right? So I love that so much. Shannon, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to add, just like with like the money that you're making or changing your life, however it is for you. Like for me, like it was literally like the other day, like I was able to buy a Vera Bradley book bag, like $100 Vera Bradley book bag without hesitation at all. Like just even if it's the littlest thing, like helping pay for gas, like we can all relate to that. Like literally, I do not have to worry about things like that, or going out to dinner during the week, like once a week. However, like just being able to have that freedom to do that, having that little extra cash to do that. Like I know there's some days where we're all scraping for cash, like it happens. Like I'm a full-time student. Like I do have another job, but I literally can work it 2 days maybe with my schedule. But yet I'm able to make this money and change my life and change my family's life and pay off student loans that they all say, oh, you'll be in debt for the rest of your life. But now I'm not going to be. So like just taking this opportunity and changing your life, no matter how big or small it is. Like that book bag literally meant everything to me. I was like, oh my gosh, I bought this full price book bag and with no problem. I didn't even have to, oh my gosh, let me check my bank account today. I don't know if I can swing it. Like just little things like that. Like take this opportunity because you make it what you make of it. Sorry, it's not really the right saying, but you guys get what I'm saying. Like you have the ability to make this what you want. So
that's amazing. And that's so amazing. And it's so crazy because you reminded me, I was talking to a PDT today and she's been so hesitant forever. And I was like, well, I'm like, truly, like, what is stopping you? Like, what is making you hesitant? And she goes, I'm just scared that I'm going to make $100 for 1 month and then $100 the next month and then the next month and the next month. And I'm like, that's $100 you didn't have the month before. That's a lot of money. Like
that's my part-time job now because I can't work.
Yeah, and that's made from your phone. Like, and I'm like, so what? Like, and then if you keep doing what you're doing, let's say you make $100 extra for 4 months, 5 months in a row. That was me, not even. It was like 7 months. I like went Ruby and then I didn't work and I didn't get paid as a Ruby for like 5 months. And I was like, oh my God. And then finally I literally go diamond within 2 months because I didn't give up. I was like, I'm going to do this. I know I need to be consistent. You just stay consistent, right? You embrace it. I remember Jade Hooper. She's so funny. She was like, I don't care how much money you've made or you even haven't made. I forgot what she had. I think she had like a lamp or something. She's like, you made $15 and you bought a lamp from the dollar store. You post about buying that lamp because that's the extra money that you made that you didn't have last month. And I remember that I used to, because I'm like huge with coffee, I used to post all the time about how it works, paid for my coffee addiction, paid for my Starbucks every single day, or my Dunkin', or any coffee that I had every single day. This is before keto coffee came out. And I made freaking $5. So what? I didn't even get a first paycheck because but you don't give up. You don't compare yourself. You do it for you, and that's what matters. And you trust in the system. You trust in your upline. Oh my God. Wow. You guys are just wow, this is amazing. Allie, a piece of gum. Well, Allie is Emily Worsing, if people are wondering. I'm not typing as I'm talking. I don't have that much talent. Okay. Oh my God. Wow, this was so amazing. Thank you girls so much for getting on. Truly so inspiring. I'm so happy for all of you, and I can't wait to see every single one of you guys on here just flourish so much. All right. I'm going to end it now, and I'm about to go live for the Host to Post giveaway and for the iPad giveaway too. So we shall see. Have a good night, guys. Bye.